What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode. Much love, as always. So, tonight we will be joined by a couple different people, and they're going to be jumping in and out, so it's going to be a little different than what we normally do. So, bear with us. Sorry for if it's confusing to anybody, but you'll get over it. So, as always, Nick from Rescued. You know that woman over there, Kelly from Rescued.
I overjuiced my Mac so bad it's everywhere.
Overdrippers Anonymous.
Listen, I'm not anonymous anymore. I'm announcing.
You're announcing? I can get with that.
It's just a thing I do now.
So, let's go ahead and we'll get some of the basic stuff out of the way that we usually do on the show. Which one do you want to start off with, Kelly? Do you want to start off with the juice testing, or do you want to start off with the puppy of the week, or do you want to go with...
Let's just start off with our buffet like we normally do. And yes, fuck politics.
Yep.
Welcome, Shell. You know, she loves my shirt. I don't know where I got it from. I just know I love it.
You got it from Tampa, the expo.
I know, but I don't remember who gave it to me.
The booth right next door to us.
Yeah, but who were they?
I have no fucking idea.
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't remember who gave it to me, but whoever you are, you're amazing. I love the shirt. I wear it a lot. People look at me weird. I don't care.
All right, well, ladies first, so go for it, love. What do you got on your buffet?
Okay, so got my ta-da, same thing. I always have my Jumax, APOC 25 half moon tip, Vengeance on the inside with lethal coils because that's like my favorite setup. And then I have something new that is also my new favorite thing. I have an Escobar.
Put your hand behind it. It couldn't focus.
It's not going to be able to focus because life.
There you go.
Oh, hey.
It's because your face is in it now.
Can't hear me. Well, Denise, I don't know. I'm loud. I'm yelling.
Let's see what's
so
on.
These Escobars are really cool. This is a guava pink lemonade. Pre-filled pod device, 5%. It's amazing. Just saying. So there's that. That's what I got.
That's it for you?
Yes, because I'm not going to do my random liquid until it's time.
All right. So for me, like always, the Bang. Inside with the Bang, we have the Axial Pro with a crispy cap tip. Inside of the Bang, like always, you gotta have your Nico. Oh no, you're not gonna focus for me. You suck. And then the Viking. Ooh, pretty.
That's super pretty.
And then on top of the Viking, the 25 Apocalypse B2. We have some lethal coils in this guy. And then inside of there, I mean, don't leave home without it. Ben. He's a good boy. He's the best boy.
He is the best boy.
And then the mod for the random liquid tasting. Adam.
Well, mine's my Vert. Vert with the Axial Pro. That's what I want. Look at that fresh white cotton.
No. Right? And then, but see, I got the redemption on top.
You said I got the Axial Pro.
You can't really
it's all matchy. But yeah. Okay.
All right. So.
Escobars, if anyone's interested, you can get them on our website. Right now they're $10, or you can get 3 for $25 with code SugarSkull.
One word. And then, so why don't we go ahead and we will go into Dog of the Week.
Ooh. Yay, Dog of the Week. The Critic Corner. Okay, so you guys have heard us talk about Miss Jana a couple times, and you know that she got adopted finally after 2 years in the shelter. Well, there she is with her family. She is loved beyond belief. She now has grandkids that she gets to play with, and as you can see, she's extremely happy. So we love hearing about the dogs that we've helped out, and Jana is one of them, and she was one of the ones closest to our hearts. So with that, the shelter pet of the week, we don't have one yet because we have to go pick one out.
Yep.
So this weekend, Nick and I will be reaching out to some shelters, and we're going to see who's available and who needs some love. And this is all thanks to Cloud 509 in Moses Lake, Washington. So if you're in Washington, go to Moses Lake, Cloud 509, hit them up, tell Margot and Matt that Rescued sent you.
Yes.
You know.
2 amazing people.
Yeah.
And
so
on the plus side, by this weekend, they will have Rescued fully in stock too.
So yeah. So I'm super excited because they're amazing people and they get to carry liquid that we love, and then because of them we're gonna go pick out a pup, and yeah,
it's
all to them.
And next week you'll get to see it.
Yes. I'm so excited. So excited. I love this is like Christmas every time we get to do that. I get to go we get to go like snuggle faces and find out who's the one that just needs us the most, and that's the best thing. And update on Buddy. Buddy went to go hang out with Ben a couple days ago. His family, because of the money that you all helped us with, his family was able to not only cover the bills, but they were able to take the 2 young girls out for ice cream or dinner and explain to them what had happened. So thank you everyone for making that transition a little bit easier for their family.
Yeah. And it's very endearing to our hearts.
Yes.
So, and then what we will do, since that's pretty much most of the pet stuff that we have going on.
I have a tip.
Oh, well then I gotta roll the Critter Corner bumper now.
Does anyone want the tip? Okay. Well, I gotta find the best tip because I have so many of them. Okay. So let's talk about leash walking. I hear a lot of people are like, when my dog's on the leash, they pull. So there's several different things you can do. You can get the correct kind of harness. A lot of the larger breed dogs respond better with an actual harness, like a front latch harness instead of a collar, because they're pulling on their neck, so it's making it hard to breathe. The other thing that you can do is try to exercise them before you go on the walk. So if you do something like playing ball before the walk, they're going to be more tired and more relaxed when they go on the walk, because the walk is supposed to be calm and chill. It's not supposed to be the exercise. So try, play fetch, play tug of war, wrestle a little bit. If you give them that physical stimulation before the walk, your walk's going to be a lot more calm and a lot easier to deal with. So give that a shot next time you take your dog for a walk.
And with that, we will just jump into advocacy. So with advocacy, we all know about how New York is down right now. So what we are doing from Rescue, we're trying to do at least a little something. So if you're in New York and you need liquid or coils or anything that we carry on our site, when you go to the shipping, choose the New York option, and you'll get free shipping from us. With anybody else, sorry guys, you don't get free shipping.
But that means even if you don't live in New York, you can purchase something for someone who lives in New York. If they're a little bit concerned or afraid of, you can purchase something for someone who lives in New York, and leave us a note saying, hey, they're concerned about the shipping aspect. They don't want it to look like it's from a vape company. Give us that note, and Nick has done it before. He will write like, happy birthday, son, or congratulations on graduating. Like,
Nope.
You give us the heads up, and we will make sure that it gets to you as best we can.
The last package was, happy birthday, son. Love mom and dad.
Yes.
Remember to brush your teeth.
Yes.
So we do try and take care.
Yeah.
Anything else you got for advocacy, love?
Well, the Matthew Salter is creating a list for wholesalers. So if you're in here and you have a shop and you're in New York, we are on the list of people that are still willing to do business with people in New York. So don't be afraid, we will still figure out how to get it to you. If Nick has to drive it there himself, we'll make sure you get your liquid.
No matter what. Because nobody deserves this right to be taken away from them.
Yeah. So, even if you're a shop, we're still going to make it happen. So, the other thing, there was the Fifth Circuit Court is going to allow for an actual hearing. So that way, the deeming rule can be looked at. So from what I understand, and obviously if I'm wrong, please correct me. From what I understand, it's basically they're going to let people go in front of the judge and say, hey, this is why flavor should not be banned. This is why vaping should not be banned. They're basically going to do a little bit more investigation before they completely say fuck vaping. At least that's how I understand it, and I'm hoping that's correct, because it rarely does a circuit court like that allow people to come in and have that conversation. So I'm excited, but I'm also kind of nervous because I don't really know what it means. I just know that this is a big thing.
Right. So we are going to waste a little bit of time while we wait for some of our guests to jump in. Let me see. Is anybody waiting for us right now? Oh. So once we find out what is going on, we will let you know with some special news also.
We do have a surprise coming.
We do.
It'll be at some point.
It will be, I promise. Somebody just messaged and said they'll be in here shortly.
Mm-hmm.
So once that person comes in, or those people come in, then we'll make sure we make the announcement, because we want everybody to find out all at once. And this is something very near and dear to both of our hearts.
Very exciting.
Yeah. So with that being said, let's go to the chat. Anybody have any questions for us? Anybody have anything they want to talk about?
Does anyone have any questions about dog training or, all that good stuff?
Right.
Like I kind of have a useless wad of knowledge up here on how to train a dog. I wish it were how to train a dragon, though.
She said wad.
You know what we could do real quick? We do have some random liquid to taste.
We do. We could do that. Would you like to do that?
Let's do that. Who wants us to random taste the liquid? Because it's going to be crazy. Okay, Nick.
So, this liquid is brought to you by somebody who we're not going to mention, but one of our very good friends.
Very good friend.
It is strawberry cheesecake.
Ta-da!
Now, we're just cracking it for the first time.
Ready?
I already took my lid off. You're slow.
I'm sorry. Oh, that smells good. I will not actually finger test this because I'll instantly hate it. So, Nick, finger test.
I'm finger testing. I'm trying to do a couple things.
Yes, Logan, it is a useless wad. It says strawberry cheesecake on here.
It's very strong strawberry, which I love, and it's a good strawberry.
Smells like strawberry cheesecake to me. Oh, fresh cotton.
So let's wake it up.
Off onto the floor. Yeah, paint.
These coils are old because they're flat wire. I haven't had flat wire in a long time.
You probably don't even know where they came from.
I do. Sean.
Oh.
Like, these are back before we had our vape shop. These are back when Sean used to make the coils for us all the time.
Oh, wow. It's like 5 years old.
It smells good.
It does smell really good. I probably put way too much liquid on there, but that's okay.
Are you going to over drip again?
No. Because this Axial Pro has a nice deep well. Wait, we have someone in the chat real quick.
We do?
Yes. Let's let this, soak into our cotton real quick. And let's do the thing that we were excited about doing. So.
All right. So, hold on. What thing are we doing? The very important thing?
The very important surprise thing.
All right. So, as everybody knows, Ben passed away back in November. And it's a very emotional thing for Kelly and I because, Ben was the whole reason behind Rescued, in all honesty. So we've been trying to figure out how to do something for a while to just kind of not really get his name out there, but just to figure out a way to honor him besides just the liquid. So with the help of a couple different people, we have now figured out a way to do it, and we would like to introduce you to the Rescued box with Ben. So it will be a Voorhees box, 21700 dual parallel.
Put the picture up. I'm excited.
The picture is up. It takes 30 seconds. There's a delay in this.
Oh, okay. So there it is. The Ben box. Well, it's not the Ben box. It's the Rescue box, but that one is Ben. So it's so awesome. It's going to be a nice, decent size box.
It's pretty much like a hexo. And what it's going to be is, like I was saying, there will be Ben on there. We'll also have the option that you can choose for Vengeance, Velez, Vulcan, the Rescue dogs. And with that, it's just something that's very near and dear to us. With what we're doing with the boxes, 100% of all the proceeds for the box is going to go directly to the Humane Society in Ben's name. And it'll be going to the Humane Society where we got him from.
And there's only going to be so many of them made. And we're not going to be like a lot of people who are like, hey, we're going to only make 10 of these and then next month make 15 more, So it's literally going to be a handful of mods made for each dog. And then there's going to be a couple made that have like just a paw print on it. So that way it's literally a handful of mods. Limited time, limited run.
Yeah. And they will be serialized. Obviously, I get 00. But each of the different mods, the paw prints, the different dogs, everything like that, is going to be serialized. So there'll be the 00 for Vengeance, Velez, Vulcan, the paw print, all that.
Yeah. So this is gonna be awesome. So we're so excited. I wanted to, and today is National Dog Rescue Day.
It is. So we wanted to make sure we announced it today, and I don't know. I'm super excited. I can't wait to load Ben on Ben, and it makes me happy, and it just makes me just love the fact that something like this is going to happen. Something like this is now finally possible. And that picture of Ben, I'm going to put it up again. And that picture of Ben was the one that when I saw that, like going through the pictures was just heartbreaking because you see them like I found pictures that Kelly sent me that I didn't even know she had. Like when we very first got Ben and I took him to go for a walk halfway home because he had to go to the bathroom. She had a picture of me and him just walking down the side of the road together.
Yeah. And the cool thing about that specific picture is a year ago when we sent our first bottle off to Nick Green, Mr. Grimm himself, and he tried it. That was the picture on the original OG before we were even rescued bottle.
Back when we were just mean old dog vapes. And if we hadn't have sent it to Grimm, we wouldn't be where we are.
Not even close.
And I mean, and all it is just the fact that we came up with something and we're lucky enough that he liked it and he told people he liked it. And because of that, it kind of just blew up. And we will never be able to thank him enough for helping us get where we are.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like the true OG. So I'm excited. I can't wait to get one in because I want to show it off. I want to take pictures with it. I want everyone to look at it and love it just as much as I do because it's almost as awesome as the real pin.
It is. He's an amazing dog, and he always will be.
Yeah.
But enough with the happy, sad times. Back to the random juice.
Okay, so, random juice. It should be nice and.
It is a strawberry cheesecake. Now, most people know I don't like cheesecake, but let's see how it tastes and smells.
Yes. I feel like I need to do the thing. We need to put on some wait music. We need to sit back. Okay, so my initial impression of this liquid. I like it. I like strawberry.
That's my favorite part. I'm sorry, bud. Your liquid is good. It really is. The strawberry in here is the strawberry type that the candied strawberry almost that I love. It's like the strawberry when you would go into your grandma's purse or she would have little strawberry wrappers put up, kind of like Anarchist red strawberry. And yeah. It is phenomenal.
I get a lot of the strawberry. I get the cheesecake like as a finish in the back. It's like, hey, by the way, there's cheesecake in here. And I like that. It's good. I'm still breaking in cotton, so I'm not getting the full thing. But bye, Miss Casey. We love you and we like you. Thanks for joining and hearing
me. See you, Casey. But a couple of people did know about the box. Well, let's go back to the liquid. My ADD has been really bad ever since the surgery. I can't focus on anything. The liquid is really good. You get the cheesecake. It is a phenomenal strawberry. I can't wait for the cotton to finish breaking in all the way.
I overjuiced too much.
That doesn't surprise me, love.
Yeah, it's everywhere. But yeah, that was our big secret surprise.
That was.
But you're not allowed to leave yet because you don't know who our guest is.
Right. And I don't know when our guests are coming on. It's already 8:30. Come on, guests. Where y'all at?
Eventually. I overjuiced way too much. That should be a sign that I like it because I just put more on and I didn't need it. So, what else we got?
Well, as everybody knows, we have been doing the free gifts. The free gifts are still going on. They will be going on for the next, till the end of the month. It's only the 20th, so you still have time, so place your orders.
Get free gifts because of Mother's Day, because this mother loves you.
I don't know about that.
Well, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry. And here's one of our guests now. He should be joining us in a second. What's going on, strangers?
Hey.
Howdy, howdy, burritos.
Now that technical difficulty is taken care of.
Right, yeah, that was
Dangle clacks.
Y'all scared the shit out of me on that one.
Apologies.
Sorry about
so
that.
Hard.
I was like, oh, I'm ignoring that. I'm ignoring it.
We didn't realize what account was still logged in on our phone. on our
That's all that matters, and it's all good.
Oh, and then we got somebody else now too joining us.
Ooh, friends.
Harry.
We have
Hexy,
friends, guys.
Hi, Mr.
he's the
Harry.
Hexy, sexy, bearded bastard.
Sexy?
Yeah,
Is it like Helter Skelter, but he's sexy?
he's my witchy poo.
Oh.
Wow, got all the names coming out right now.
Did you see my shirt?
I do love that fucking shirt.
See my hat?
I heard that company's a bunch of dicks. I'm just saying.
Oh, they're no,
I
Kelly,
mean, I heard the
They're
guy is
assholes.
assholes. Get it right. They're assholes.
This guy specifically, I've been told, is an asshole by many people recently.
Yeah, I heard the man's an asshole sometimes, but the woman's really cool.
I try.
It's always the man that's the asshole.
Yeah. Although I have heard recently a little bit more that I am kind of a bitch, and I'm okay with that.
I mean, you know what? I'd rather be a bitch than
You can be a bitch, yet still be a good person. Remember that.
Well, it makes sense because I do have a podcast called The Bitch Burrito, and it would make no sense if I wasn't.
I love that name, by the way. I just love that
I
name.
do.
I
It's a
don't know what
pretty
it is.
epic name.
I don't know. Megan came up with it, and it just kind of like, it was one of those things where as soon as she said it, I was like, yes, that has to be it. Like,
All it makes me think is you guys like get, have a little girls' night on the freaking bed watching TV, all burritoed up in a blanket together. That's what it makes me think of.
yeah, it's great. It's
Nice,
great.
nice poster on the wall there, by the way.
Just do it.
Yeah, mine's still. I don't have anywhere to hang it. Good, mine's
Yeah.
in a tube back here.
So,
I also have this one.
Aw.
Nice.
It hangs above my mice. You know. It's probably gonna fall because it's just balanced on the trim.
So Harry, you're just gonna stare ominously, partially into the camera with your chin and beard, or?
I mean, that's how I would do it.
Pretty much, it's like the new thing, you just get the beard.
it's Mr. Wilson.
It's
I'm
Wilson,
actually-
but backwards.
Yeah,
Backwards, yeah.
the fence is just up here instead.
Instead of from here up, you get here down, like right here.
No, the audio isn't coming through my headphones, so I'm trying to fix that.
Again?
Oh no.
Yeah, it happens.
At least we can hear you okay.
Yeah, we.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
we.
good.
Yeah, you sound great.
Thing.
You sound
Yeah.
sexy.
Guess what we're talking about.
So, did y'all get to hear the news?
We were privy to that news because of reasons.
Oh, I know y'all were privy to it, but did y'all get to see the picture?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh
yes,
my
it's
god.
great.
That is fucking amazing.
It's really good. Yeah.
Like for real,
It
it's
looks
fucking
awesome.
amazing, dude.
So I'm still waiting for the engraver to get back to me with the proof that shows it coming out as well as that picture right there did.
Nice.
And if everything goes according to plan, hopefully within the next week or two we'll have the very first one.
I'm super excited. 'Cause
Now you-
we're gonna have to fight over who gets to take the first hit.
Right?
It's easy. It's this asshole.
No.
Yeah.
Now, series parallel.
Parallel 21700.
Ooh.
You're speaking my language with that. I'll tell you that.
Like, I was debating about doing a series versus the parallel because I haven't found a nice series mod that I like. But my issue is that series is great, but not a lot of people like building for it anymore.
Yeah,
Or if they do, people like to put stupid low builds on there. And that's always a worrisome for me.
0.27, 0.28, something like that.
Yeah. So with parallel, I figured, 21700, you're going to have battery for days.
And the thing is, too, parallel does hit harder than single cell.
Yeah.
Because you're putting less stress on an individual battery. You're putting it on both batteries. So with a little less stress, you get a little bit more of that voltage out of there. So it's going to hit a little harder.
How'd that song go? A little less stress, a little more conversation?
A little less talk.
Being sarcastic.
You mean the Elvis song?
Okay.
A little more conversation, a little more action.
Yeah, I was being
Yeah,
sarcastic.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So my cotton's breaking in, and I'm getting more of the creaminess. And
People in Ohio take Elvis seriously. There's a lady down the street that has a sign that says Elvis is dead.
A lady down the street needs to realize that Elvis is dead. He has left the building a long time ago.
Yeah,
Like,
alone.
even the worms have left him.
That's horrible.
He's just dust and bone now.
That's not as horrible as some things.
I don't know if we want to go there.
Say you just left that wide open.
Right?
Where were you going?
There comes a point where you really want to spill out an idea you have that you know is best off being waited for. But yeah.
So the thing about Benthal, since we're talking about things that are really kind of screwed up, Benthal.
Your liquid's just so fucked up, man.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So, we had the Ben, and we loved Ben, and Ben was alive when we created this, and I didn't want to release Benthal until he died, because then they'd both be cold.
Oh.
Yeah.
Awkward silence. Do you hear the crickets? Because I do.
No, it's awkward.
If I didn't already love you,
That's it.
Love you.
It's not
so
awkward silence.
much
It's
more.
respectful admiration.
Nick told me no. He said that's really messed up. You can't.
We got another guy joining us now, Mr. Vapor's Garage.
Well, hello.
Yes, it is.
Zaddy.
Zaddy.
Yep, Zaddy.
What's up, buddy?
Welcome
Hey.
to our madness.
Fancy seeing you.
Hey, question. How'd that trampoline build go?
Yes.
So,
It went good, actually.
Okay, that's a plus. I figured the way you said so, you're going to be like, one of the kids jumped on it and it exploded everywhere.
Right.
I no longer have children. That's
That
what
was
you
my
said.
favorite.
Trigger the projectiles.
Like, well, turns out I gotta reinvest in that vasectomy reversal so I can have another kid.
Oof.
I don't even want to say it. No, just never mind.
Cassie doesn't even know what to go with.
I was gonna say I got plenty of reserves, but no.
Don't jinx yourself.
Spare kids.
it's always good to have a backup or two. I mean, come
I'll
on.
send you mine if need be. It's okay.
I mean, between Kelly and I, we have 7, so
You just
if one fails, we got 6 more that hopefully won't.
Yeah, one of them is going to get us a nice retirement home.
No, they're not.
One
We're
of them.
fucked.
Not sure which one,
We're fucked, just face it.
but one's going to get us a nice retirement home so that way they never have to visit us again. That's how that's going to
Okay, I can believe that. It's going to be the nice retirement home that we're in for like a month, and then they're like, well, we're shutting down. And good luck getting a hold of your kids. We've been trying.
Yeah,
They haven't paid the bill in months.
Right?
Also, know why they'd be shutting down because you guys would have bankrupted them with your stupidity.
Possibly.
So I don't know if you heard this, but I have to talk about this thing, the virus thing that's going around. Apparently, there's a nursing home in Alabama where the government came in and were like, we have to treat you. And they're like, no one here's sick. And they're like, tough, we have to treat you anyways. And then all of a sudden, people started getting sick with it.
What?
I haven't heard that one yet.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
my friend Julie was telling me about it.
Okay. First of all, I'll tell you how much I trust that bit of information.
That sounds a little crazy.
She works there.
Oh, shit.
I don't give a shit. Because if that were going to happen, it would be done middle of the night during some kind of whatever with distractions. They wouldn't just going to do that because that leaves witnesses.
Exactly.
Or they'd put it in the prunes.
Yeah. Well,
Yes,
they
the
said,
prune juice.
Prunes.
she said that they sprayed.
Prunes.
They were only allowed to spray the hallway because the owner of the nursing home was like, no, you're not going into their rooms. That's their private rooms. You can't do that. Like, no. And so they went into the
See you,
hallway
Kentucky.
and sprayed. Bye, Kentucky. Thank you. But they sprayed in the hallway and they left like this weird sticky goop everywhere.
Ooh.
So
Wasn't me.
I'm like, ah.
It could have been.
It could have been.
It could have been me. I'm not gonna lie. I might have been there. I don't know, but
Were you in Alabama anytime recently?
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Okay.
Was
Multiple
it a
deniability.
was it a fart?
It was a wet
Oh,
fart.
speaking of farts,
Oh, good lord.
Well,
Well,
there's a segue.
the real quick on the whole nursing home thing, though. I'm a little more comfortable talking about some things, but a lot of people close to me know that my father passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry,
And
man.
But in doing so, I had to track down my mom. Long story, doesn't matter. but I found out she's been in a nursing home since October. I now get 3 phone calls a week,
Oh, boy.
maybe 4, of the so-called COVID updates. Now, this is 2 weeks, and in 2 weeks, my mom has her own room. She's basically there to finish it off.
Right.
Bye, Logan. Love you.
Bye, Logan.
Hi, Logan.
Bye, Logan.
Bye, Logan.
Hi, Logan.
When they first contacted me, everything was fine. There were no cases there. Everyone was healthy. Now, within 2 weeks' time, I'm getting phone calls where they are now shipping people in. They are now up to 12, 11 of which were brought in from local hospitals. Now, why is that? Why do you take an area with nothing in it and forcibly put people that have it, and now one of your employees has it?
Well, that's like what Cuomo's doing here in New York. He shipped a whole bunch of people into these nursing homes, and he killed 5,000 plus people.
Yeah.
That's not counting the amount of people he's going to kill with the flavor ban.
Exactly.
Oh,
Oh, that
that's
flavor ban, man.
yeah. $5,000 was just his like freaking upfront, kick. Oh.
No,
Fuck
God,
Cuomo.
goodness.
Yeah. So it's insane. Like, I cannot believe how all this is happening. Like, it's all at the same time. It seems like the conspiracy theorist in my head is going, something's up. Like, we were just watching the Waco show on Netflix, and we're like, this is the seventh seal.
But does your inner conspiracy theorist have a tinfoil hat with a unicorn horn on it though?
Yes,
Excellent.
with flames.
A flaming unicorn horn.
Yes.
Wait, are the wings flames?
No, they're just like on the side, glittery, because
Okay. I feel like I get it.
So yeah.
We have another guest joining.
Yay.
Lucy!
There's the boy.
Baby.
There's our
Did I
boy.
win? Did I win?
Did you win?
You
You
lost.
win.
You're the last one. So you're the very last place, first place.
Well, good.
You ain't first, you're last.
What
Right.
up, Fousey?
God damn it! I just got Ricky Bobbied, you bastards.
So, Fusi, were you watching the show?
No, I didn't realize what time it was. I always forget that you guys are Eastern. So I'm like, oh yeah, there's like 30. I'm like, there's like 30 more minutes, and then I looked. I'm just like,
Oh, you've been 30 minutes.
So,
I'm like, yeah, you guys have been on for 30 minutes.
So what I'm gonna do, Fusi, is I'm gonna show it again. Remember I told you there was gonna be a special announcement?
Yes.
So,
We're gonna show it again.
I'm gonna show it on the screen, and I'm gonna do a screen share so Fusi can see it.
This better be start with a V.
No. Yes, it does.
Yes.
That is what it's gonna look like. This is the new Voorhees mod for us.
Yes, dude, that is so amazing. I'm so excited, bro.
Same here, man.
Me
This
too,
is
dude.
Amazing.
I think everyone.
We're so excited.
So,
Yeah. Parallel 21700.
I love
Yeah.
the little dance.
God, I love these boxes. Oof.
Oh my God, it's so
That's an outlaw, though, right?
big.
No, well, this is the Paris series.
That's your Paris series? Okay.
Oh, the camera's over here.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
ours is just gonna be the basic dual parallel 21700. On the back of the box, it'll say rescued, and then on the front of the box, it will have Ben.
That glorious fuzzy face that we miss so much.
But here's the thing. Which one do you consider the front? Because wouldn't those technically be the sides?
I consider the front where you pull off the cover for the batteries.
I call that
Yeah.
the back.
I feel
Because
like
I pulled the back off.
See, I always consider that the front because see, what the goal is so the serial number is going to be on the side of the box.
Mm-hmm. Opposite of the super clicky button.
Yes,
I love the clickies.
I love the clickiness too.
I'm always. Yeah. Go ahead. Go. Sorry.
And with that, so the goal is if we can find doors, if we can get the company to sell us some doors by itself, then we can have the doors made up so you don't have to buy another mod if you want to put another pup on there.
Oh.
Hey, IQ
Like it.
200. IQ 200 right there.
And
Yeah.
then that way you can, match your mod with your liquid. If you're vaping Ben, you can have the Ben. And if you're vaping Vengeance, you can have the Vengeance. Like,
I like it.
This is why I only come up with the seed. Because if I came up with the whole plants, it would have been Pokemon. Be like, nah, y'all got to collect them all.
So, do you want to tell Fusi what you're saying about Benthol, Callie, since he's vaping it right now?
so we had the Ben, and we loved the Ben. And Ben was alive when we created it. And he was alive when we started, sharing it with the world. And
Mhm.
I didn't want to release the Benthol until he was dead, because then they'd both be cold.
She's like, then he'll be cold and in the ground.
Oh my god, savage but great. Oh my god.
No,
Right?
no, that's horrible,
That's what we said, dude. It was like, what?
horrible.
I'm a big fan of dark humor. Like, that is right up my alley for the things I like.
I
No.
thought, well, then we could release the menthol version of the dogs when they pass, but I thought, I'm not gonna lie, we tried Vengeance with the menthol, and it was not good.
That's
I
a
can
banana.
attest to his dark humor because of what I got him laughing at earlier.
Yeah, so menthol Vengeance, not good. Do not do it.
I don't think that could ever happen. No, like you'd have to make like a hybrid breed. It'd have to be like a new Vengeance.
Screaming for vengeance.
No.
Well, the other thing we were gonna do is we were gonna name all the menthol versions
Okay,
after
nicknames.
their nicknames, and we were
Yes.
like, oh, that's really cool because Vengeance I call my Boobala.
I'll do the Benthol one for you. You gotta
Okay.
you take a hit of your mod real fast.
Me?
Yeah. How you stuck in on that Sergeant Floppy Dick?
I could feel the balls just clapping on my chin right now.
Well, that was Ben's nickname, was Sergeant Floppy Dick. So
Sergeant Floppy Dick tastes so good in my mouth.
He would go and scratch, and you just hear his balls and his penis just going.
Like me.
yeah,
That's felt so bad for him.
Like fucking Cassidy.
yeah, but like, would you go and buy a liquid called Sergeant Floppy Dick?
Yes.
Yes, actually, I would. The first juice that really got me hooked into vaping was Your Mom by Sick Boy. Just because my kids would always ask, like, what are you vaping on? And I so badly was like, I can't wait for them to set me up for this. Like, what are you vaping on? That smells really good. I'm like, Your Mom, she tastes delicious.
Yeah, Nick was like, no, we don't want anyone being offended. And I get it because there's Trash Panda, there's Boobala, there's Sergeant Floppy Dick, there's Goddammit Vulcan. Like,
All right. And then when we start getting into other flavors like Thai, like a lot of y'all have heard about Thai, Thai is our sweet tart dust. And
coming soon.
right, and so a lot of people heard of it, and Thai was
I don't wanna
known
wait.
as
I
my
need 5 bottles now.
Thai was my special needs dog. So if you, it's kind of one of those like, how do you nickname that? Because we call her Derpy. And that kind of be,
Call it derpy.
that would be so offensive.
Well, what do we
Walk
call
in and be like, hey, can I get some Derpy? And I mean, come on now. Let's face it, we've all been into those shops before. And there's usually only like one good person and the rest of them are a bunch of fucking idiots. So you say Derpy, they're going to be like, did you need me?
They will too.
Yeah. Vendetta's nickname, I don't remember what we call her half the time because I just
Shark.
call her Detta. Huh?
Jaws.
Oh, I call her Hobag.
I was gonna say shit bag.
No, I call her Hobag. Like, she'll be
Think on some
outside.
shit bag.
She'll be outside, and this dog is such a horse that, like, she'll lean on the fence and make the whole fence move. Like,
Nice.
she's just this tank of a dog, and, like, she'll be outside barking, and I'll lean around the corner and be like, yo, Hobag, shut your poor mouth. And, like, the neighbors look at me like I'm crazy. Yeah.
Well, like I made a video of her, one paw just pushing, like tapping the fence, and the whole fence is just going back and forward. And it's like, you're such a bitch. She's the reason why we don't have that beautiful bed that I made anymore upstairs. Like, she ate the 4x4. Kelly was laying on it. She ate the 4x4. And I figured I was going to be, like, super sneaky. And I ran in there and I jumped on the bed and the fucking entire bed collapsed. Like, and if you've ever seen anything I've built, my shit doesn't fall apart.
Well,
It's there permanently.
not the worst thing that's happened in your bedroom, though, from what I've heard.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, no. No, because I have an entire ceiling and walls I have to replace now in the bedroom.
Yeah. Well, let's get down to it. Let's talk about why they're all here.
Yeah, well, part of it, Bruce is on because he and I had a little chat earlier. I hopped onto his live, and I caught him like mid-sentence, so I had him kind of point me in the direction what he was talking about. And I'm going to let him run with this because it's his baby right now. But, you know.
I will try to be as calm and collective as possible about it. Because, I mean, it's not too often, like, I get this irate. But I had a run-in with a company, and, like, this goes hand in hand with why lately I've been really pushing more so, again, like, we got to represent and we got to support companies that have both good products, good moral standings, and good business practices.
Yep.
Because now we have an enemy literally within our industry. It's Juul along with this new company called Stem Juice. And I don't want to blast it on my page just because I don't want to give these people clout. I don't want to get them the recognition. Like, we need to just listen, do our own research, and then warn other peoples with what we find. So we got this new company called Stem Juice, and it's called Stem Juice because they use plant stem cells and VG.
That sounds great. That part sounds great.
Well, it sounds great except for the fact that every little bit of research that I did about plant stem cells is predominantly linked to anti-aging cream.
Right.
There's not a lot of studies necessarily done on the whole combustible because we're not combustible, but we are still heating it up to a degree where it is combusting. You are breaking it down. It's no different than sweetener, which is sucralose. Once heated up past 98 degrees Celsius, it does combust and can potentially turn into a carcinogen. So, like, when people are like, oh, it's safe to inhale. Yes, but is it safe to heat up and inhale? Because we are combusting them without flame.
Right.
So, like, and there, I brought it up to him. I'm like, how could you really make these falsified claims? Like, well, we have. I'm like, I've never seen any studies done. I'm like, I know there are studies being done about it being used for COPD patients and all of that, but COPD patients, they're gonna inhale. They're not freaking ripping on a gigantic beast.
Right.
They're like, well, we had third-party research done. I'm like, well, third-party research don't mean shit because I can go through 100 research companies and have them do it. And until I find one that agrees with what I'm trying to say, you can grab that one. I'm like, it has not been FDA proven. It has not been like any of the stuff that we have gone through in our industry. It has never pulled any of those paces. But then the jackasses on their bottle got these great, wonderful freaking media fillers. So at the bottom, it's adelhydin or something like that, but it's a fancy term for a formaldehyde. And it says that there's no adelhydin, and it doesn't contain formaldehyde. Well, this was all done by a botched study back in the day when it was like the old school, like it wasn't even the proper cotton wicks. It was when they had the mesh wicks with those real crappy cartomizers. That's what it was, like the old school.
Yeah, the silica wick. Yeah.
Yeah, those are.
And they even admitted that they didn't know what they were doing. And the studies found that there's formaldehyde, but they weren't draining them down. They were constantly refilling, and they were running them so damn hot that us as human beings would have to be dragons in order to consume what that machine was putting out. So that was a botched study, and they came out and said it. Then the one right above it is, there's no heavy metal. Well, you're right. None of our juice contains heavy metal. But in theory, I should be able to put titanium coils, straight titanium, and run that just straight power mode, hot as it can go, and then vape it. And if I get heavy metal poisoning, well, then I could sue the company because I'm like, I'm only using your juice. I got heavy metal poisoning. Like, bro, what the hell?
Yeah.
So they took that from the Juul campaign, that these jewel pods are using such cheap, crappy, degraded metal that has heavy metal poisoning in it. And then the formaldehyde. And then right above that, there's no propylene glycol, which has been scientifically and time tested approved that it is not harmful at all. It's used in asthma inhalers.
Yeah.
But they're marketing it as if it's a bad thing because remember when everyone, you're vaping antifreeze because of that propylene glycol, not realizing that propylene glycol is what made antifreeze not the thing to use to kill your spouse when they got older, pissed you off. Like, I found a nudie mag. Oh, that's it. He's going. He's got it.
It's the thing that they put in antifreeze to, like, cats and dogs would go drink antifreeze and it would poison them and kill them. And they started putting the propylene glycol in it so that way it would stop killing animals who happened to lick a puddle of it off the ground.
Yep. So they put that in there, and then the greatest one is the top little claim. There is no vitamin E acetate or acetate, acetone, whatever.
Acetate.
Yeah, acetate. And I was like, I told them, I'm like, well, that's kind of effed up. I'm like, so you're saying that there's vitamin E acetate in our juice? When and where, and show me the tangible proof that any of our registered businesses has ever contained that. I'm like, here, I'll even do you one better. I sent them the CDC announcing that it was illegal THC carts that contained it. That was the culprit. I'm like, you are literally selling out to a bunch of Karens and anti-vax moms, which, no offense to the Karens and the anti-vaxxers, but that's who they're trying to sell out to. They're like, oh, people, this doesn't contain any of these fears that the media portrayed about the industry. So this is completely safe. Well, no, it's not, because anytime you're inhaling something, it's not good for you. Vaping is safer, but it is not the safest form. The safest form is, again, it's like sex. What's the safest way to have sex? You don't have sex.
Well, that's no fun.
I know, right? I mean, it's a trick question. So the safest way to smoke is, to take in nicotine is not to take in nicotine. If you're not a smoker, then don't vape. Plain and simple.
Exactly.
It's an ENDS device. It is a freaking electronic nicotine delivery system. It is for people who used to smoke and want to transition, and then we're supposed to wean ourselves off of it and eventually quit vaping, but this community is fucking awesome.
I mean, me personally, I can go 2 or 3 days without vaping. I pick it up because I enjoy it.
Right.
I don't need it anymore. I enjoy it.
Right.
I went almost a week without it when I was in the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you were going crazy.
He was. I think he was mostly going crazy because he didn't know what to do with his hand.
I didn't know what to do.
On camera.
You could have just played with your tube. Like, you could have just sat there going.
I wonder,
It sounded like a straw in a cup.
That's what I was wondering. Like, the expendable straws here. He goes.
Yeah, you could have just done that all damn day, but no.
I don't think my side would have made that noise because
probably not. Your mouth would have. You've been like, oh.
That was pretty close to what it sounded like when he pulled it out.
We should see if the doctor can put it back in so we can try.
Yeah. So I mean, like, that's what we're facing now in the industry is the stem juice, and that's why, like, I keep saying, like, we need to be careful of who we support. I'm seeing all these bigger promoters and the smaller promoters, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you're giving this company recognition the day or the time that you put that up on your page. You are agreeing with all of their falsified claims. And one person's was like, you're absolutely right. Like, you're right. It is so detrimental and toxic to the industry for us to solidify these falsified facts about the industry. So they took their stuff down and they're like, no, I'm done. They're like, I won't do it. And then they got other people where they're so brainwashed because, it's free stuff. So you got team free shit that's jumping on and it's like, oh my God, it's great. It's healthier. How is it healthier? Vaping is already a healthier choice over combustible cigarettes. So, so now you're saying that that's even healthier than the healthier alternative? But yet there's no actual true scientific studies proven about plant stem cells yet, not to mention the flavoring. I know there's VG flavoring, but VG flavoring isn't that wonderful.
Yeah. I mean, as a certified herbalist, I can tell you that plants and plant stem cells, they're good for you, but no one inhales them,
Right. Right, it's
Normally-
all they're rubbing it on you and everything else. And like I said, like they're doing a study right now on inhalation, not combusting it. They're just aerosoling, yeah, whatever. They're making an aerosol. It's no different than utilizing an inhaler.
Yeah.
They're not heating it up to God knows what. Because again, like we don't have low freaking temps. I mean, like our stuff, especially some of us, are rowdy.
Oh yeah. There's some vapors on this screen right now who will run some rowdy ass bills.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Me either, bro.
Me neither.
I mean, I couldn't tell you.
Am I the only one that runs a normal, appropriate build?
We all run appropriate
Yeah.
builds. We just choose
It's
not to
because
discuss
you're
what they
female
are.
And we all know that women are technologically or genetically different than men. We have big man lungs.
He's saying, in other words, you're inferior, babe.
Yeah.
Are you saying
That was the nicest way to say that you have inferior lungs to us.
That's weird. I just thought I had more balls than brains, but
listen, my vagina does not get in the way of my ability to suck things.
No, that actually gives you a greater ability.
I
So
don't
you're
know how to
saying my
answer this
lungs are-
question.
No,
That's what I'm
no.
hearing.
It stops right here.
So much.
That has nothing to do with the lungs. It's more so right what's on your face. It's the mouth hole.
Oh, let's just say John loves the suction I give him. I give good suction, god damn it.
yeah, it's like one of those that you stick on the counter and no human can pull it off. You just have to slide it to the edge for it to pop off.
Yup.
I got one of those master cups that it has a suction cup, and you could literally just sit there and smack it around like a kid that talked during church, and it doesn't fall over.
Do you practice with that a lot?
I used to. I thought I was pretending it was Sergeant Floppy Dick, and I was just flopping it around, and it doesn't fall.
Motherfucker won't get hard.
It doesn't. It just stays there. But you got to lift up on a certain section, then it comes right up. Like it's the coolest cup ever.
That's okay. Kelly was talking about huge loads earlier.
It was a useless wad.
She goes, yeah, there's
useless wads.
She goes, she goes, I'm full of useless wads of information. I was like,
Oh, those wads. My bad.
Yeah, useless wads of information. We'll go with that.
We're on this.
Yeah.
Well, technically, each, because oh my god, I used to know like the exact detail, but each, single sperm of a man contains I don't remember how many megabytes. So like essentially, when we shoot our load, it is so much data.
You're throwing a computer.
Yeah. Yeah. Like a full-on server in your face every time. So just remember that when it is coming at you, you're just like,
Can you handle the
so much
server?
data, so much data
But
right
basically,
here.
what you're saying is the bukkake and the porn. You're like Pornhub, Wikipedia.
so would you be saying then that Vapor Garage is corrupted?
Bukkake is like the fucking Matrix.
What is a drawing? Four times.
Oh my god.
I'm so happy I'm only a half or 37 minutes late. I would have missed all of this greatness. I
Oh.
didn't get enough data on my face. So that would-
No, he doesn't get enough. That implies he gets some.
$20 is $20.
Bottle of juice, a bottle of juice.
Bottle of liquid, bottle of liquid. Hey, set
I'm
it
getting another shirt made that says it's only gay if
A
you
whole
get
bottle
laid.
of Mika.
I think everyone missed the fact that Nick said that I'm corrupted.
And nobody pays attention to me. I'm an asshole.
So is John.
No.
And
Here's the
so
thing.
is Harry.
No, here's why that joke works in two ways.
Corrupted data.
Number one, the whole being snipped or whatever. Two,
He's a cop.
his job.
Exactly. That's why I thought it was a perfect time for it.
That was one of those subtly good ones.
It
Hold on.
was.
Wait, Cass, are you calling us the IAB?
I don't know. Maybe.
All right, so we gotta go through the news one more time.
One more time.
The old man, Will Colburn, with dementia. He didn't hear us.
Oh. All right.
All
One more
right.
time. Let's
So-
do it again.
News of the week. You're not gonna be able to see it, Foos. You're gonna be on my screen right now. That's looking at it. It's gonna be on YouTube in a second. But
Right
we would like to introduce y'all to the Ben box,
The rescue box.
the rescue box.
Bring Ben.
And it's going to be a parallel 21700. Pretty much kind of like the...
Hammond boxes.
Yes. Words weren't working with me.
That happens sometimes.
And what we'll do is we're going to do a box for each of the dogs. So that way you have different dogs, whatever your flavor is, because there's some people who prefer Vengeance over Ben. I mean, I'm not saying that they're wrong and stupid.
But
They
they're wrong and
are.
stupid.
But
Hey,
I'll say it for you.
thank you, Foos.
You're welcome.
But so for all the rescues, all the rescue dogs, we will have the boxes made up. And once we get the first box in, we'll be taking pictures of it. We actually have 2 boxes coming in first. We have a Ben box and we have a paw print. Because there's some people who rather have a paw print, so that way it could be for their dog at home or whatever the cause may be.
I want a paw print because I love all of my dogs equally.
That is a lie. That's like saying a parent loves their kids equally. I like my
I
daughter more
do.
than my son.
Right? I've been telling her that. She's like, I love all the dogs equally. Bullshit. Vengeance.
You are a liar.
Vengeance is your baby.
Well, so was Velez.
Okay, really?
Yeah, really.
What dog's near you right now?
None.
No.
They're locked up right now.
Oh.
We lock them up when we do the shows because they start going crazy.
They like to
The
wrestle.
dog I see
specifically.
around you the most is always Vengeance.
That's because he's my helper.
That's favoritism.
Mm-hmm.
Velez is a prima donna.
Velez is, oh my god. At
Velez
least
also
twice
just
a
hit
day.
puberty.
Yeah, Velez just hit
boy.
puberty, so at least twice a day.
All the things.
Yeah. So a lot of people don't know this, but a dog hits puberty between 9 months and a year and a half. Once they hit that age range, that's like teenage boy. So they have to be like super massive dicks to everything because they're teenage boys now.
Yeah.
And Velez has finally hit puberty at a year and a half old. And now because of that, anytime he goes near Vengeance, he growls at him. And at least twice a day, I have to stand in between them and remind them that this fighting thing is not a thing. Like, we're not doing that. Because Vengeance would kill Velez.
Yeah, it's like, dude, he is literally 4 times your size.
But
Yeah.
Velez is also going to try to spread his data everywhere, so.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Yeah,
building computers.
it's going to be the internet coming at you with him.
Oh my god. Bill Gates' garage.
Oh.
There is some random person slowly creeping in on Harry, and all we can see is the shadow.
I'm guessing it is.
Like,
I'm guessing it's a wife.
no.
No,
he's
it's
married.
not a wife.
There's 2 of them.
No, that's just the reflection. The
It's
person,
either-
the person has black hair.
Oh, there's 2.
it's not Trent because that's Trent there, so it's somebody other than not Trent.
And the person looks like they're wearing a hoodie.
Or their hair is up in a man bun.
I thought we were going to have a psycho moment here for a minute. It was great. Pull back the
No,
shower
it's
curtain.
definitely not a man.
No,
bun.
I don't
Just to
need a
clarify.
psycho moment.
Wasn't a man bun?
Man
Did it
bun.
work?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Why does my sound leave every time I do this?
Your sound doesn't like you.
No clue.
Technology is not your friend.
He does not have the whole internet data in on him right now.
So,
Not just going for
one of the other things for the boxes is that 100% of all the proceeds will be going to the Humane Society in Ben's name. So it'll be super, super cool.
That's
Which I
man.
had told
Outstanding.
on board with that.
That's why we gotta support good companies.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's going to be really awesome because with each box that's sold, it's enough to cover at least one adoption.
Yeah, depending on which Humane Society we go to.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're looking, okay, knowing those numbers, I kind of get a ballpark of what you're looking at. So yeah, okay.
They're looking, if everything goes the way that we think they are, and we're still waiting for all the actual numbers to come back at us. In all honesty, it's probably going to be right around the 250 range.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit less, but it shouldn't be more. We won't be doing more than 250.
Right.
But still, if you're walking around with your very own Ben box or Velez box, you can pretty much say that you
Ben.
sponsored adoption.
So in other words, you're not going to be mass producing them. It's not going to be a run after run after run. So there's going to be, some form of uniqueness to it.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, that's all the more reasons to jump on it.
Yep.
What is
I haven't
your
decided exactly how many we're going to do, but I can tell you it's going to be less than 100.
Yeah.
That was my
In all honesty, it might be like right at 100, and that would be literally it.
So the plan would be to do, say, 100. That way you can fund 100 adoptions.
Yep.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. We know we got you on that.
Yeah, for sure.
So
How much is a typical adoption up where you are for a dog?
it depends on the shelter, and it depends on the needs of the dog. Some dogs like the more aggressive breeds, and I say aggressive because like pit bulls are by far not aggressive, but like pit bulls, German shepherds, Rottweilers, they tend to be a little bit more
Hi, Fousey's puppy.
because they want to make sure that they're going to a good home. So it ranges from $100 to $350 depending on the dog.
Ours was $250 for ours because it is a pit bull German Shepherd Wolf hybrid.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
And it came with 8 weeks of dog obedience training, and we got him to level 2.
awesome.
Nice.
So I mean, 100 to 350 is an average range for the state of Ohio, and yeah. So if we do 250 a mod, if we sell 2 mods, we can do at least 2 dogs, maybe 3, depending on who the dog is.
Right.
I was wondering because down here they run from about 60 to about 150. As I was wondering if it was a little bit more expensive up there, or I didn't know the different breed one.
A lot of times they tend to be a little bit more picky with the aggressive breeds, simply because they don't want them to go to a fighting community. They don't want
Oh,
to,
absolutely.
Absolutely.
as bait dogs or anything like that. So
Yeah, I've rescued plenty of those from like projects and where I work and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How bad is it over there in New York right now for the animals like that, with everybody passing and all that?
I don't know.
So in New York, another thing that happened is New York is now a kill state. So if a dog is in a shelter and they feel that the dog is stressed, they can euthanize the dog without question.
That's horrible.
And it doesn't matter if we go ahead and we pay for the adoption fee or anything like that, they still have the rights to go ahead and euthanize it, and then that money just goes in towards food or whatever else it is, instead of paying the adoption fee for people.
Yeah.
See, that would kill me because all the dogs that I rescued, it's like a 15-minute drive from where I am to the shelter. So as I'm bringing them to the shelter, every single one I've wanted to bring home, and my wife always said no, but I always followed up and checked to see if they were adopted or not. And whenever I see that, they're on the site and then they're not, like a day or 2 later, I'm like, okay, good. Hopefully they're in, a good home.
Well, it only became a kill state, about 4 months ago, 5 months ago?
About 2 months ago.
2 months ago, okay.
This is going back
Right
like
before
4
this
years.
whole virus thing took off.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the thing. A lot of people, when the virus first started, the shelters were running out of pets because everybody was going in and adopting dogs because they're like, we have time, we're going to be home with the dog. Now, the biggest fear that all the shelters have, and I have, and Kelly has, is the fact that because everybody's going back to work now, how many dogs are going to get returned because they don't have time to be with the dog, because the dog is so used to you being home 24/7, and now you're going to leave it. You're going to give the dog anxiety. You're going to stress the dog out. They're going to go and either get chew, they're going to start crying, annoying your neighbors, anything like that.
So to the people that have adopted dogs because of the virus, reach out to me. Do not send your dog back. Reach out to me. I will help you figure it out. Because if your dog goes back, it doesn't mean that it's going to find a home again. It doesn't mean that it's going to get loved again. It means that it's going to be locked up 24 hours a day until someone maybe finds a spot for them in their life.
Fucking terrible, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrible.
So
Well, here in Minnesota, there was a huge influx already where once the virus hit and we were all in lockdown, a lot of people started are getting rid of their dogs and putting them down because they're just like, no, I'm losing my job. Didn't realize they're going to be getting this additional $600.
Yeah.
And everyone was freaking euthanizing their dogs and putting them up for adoption. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, so buy 2 less rolls of toilet paper or 2 less packages. Like, there's so much money that could have gone towards your freaking pets. But instead, like, everyone's like, no, I got to get this whole survival pack. That it wasn't even necessary. It never was necessary.
No.
And now the animals are freaking suffering just because of it. It's like, y'all are stupid.
And a lot of people don't realize cats are like the biggest thing that shelters have a hard time adopting out because they're cats.
Anyone can get kittens anywhere.
Yeah. If you go to a shelter and adopt a cat, they literally require no attention for the most part. Most cats do not want to be bothered. So if you want something to keep you company during this whole thing, adopt a cat. Like, and when you go back to work, it's really not going to care that you went back to work. So,
like our cat, right? We got him as a kitten from the shelter, though.
Yeah, from the shelter in August, right before our daughter's birthday. It was her 7th birthday present.
And we did it because we can't really have another dog because of space concerns and all that. But our dog was absolutely getting lonely at home.
Yeah.
And after the adjustment period, you know, we kept them separated for a month, cat in our room, yada yada, did all that drift. Like legit, they're like best friends now. They're BFFs.
yeah.
My cats hide out on top of my build station. I'll come home from working at the fireworks stand and like half my stuff has fallen over and I'm just like, come on now.
All your wire, everything just everywhere.
No, I was smart enough. That only got dropped once and I despooled only one thing of wire because of the damn cats.
Well, that's good because, dude, despooling wire is it's a pain in the ass fixing that. My God.
Thank God it was only my 26 gauge. So like it despooled, which I left it despooled. It puffs out, big whoop. If it would have been my Clapton wire, I would have just been like, son of a fucking bitch. Because there's no saving that. Like you or kink that. Like I can't do aliens with it anymore. Like it's going right in the garbage.
If that had been your 36, if that had been your 36, 38, or 40 gauge, dude, oh my God.
Yeah. So no, I put all of that inside of a box, like latched, and it's not cardboard because my cats go after cardboard because they're like, this is scratching. This is awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's still like I have a couple things on top of it. Like I had an RDA. Nope, they already knocked that over. So like I'm just taking down less and less stuff, and eventually I'm just gonna put a goddamn cat bed up there.
Yeah, just do that.
Yeah.
Trying to lure him over, but he's being about.
He doesn't want to come over. He says no.
Yeah. Mine's
He's
just like,
camera shy.
he's like, I'm just gonna chill.
Miss my dogs.
I need a dog like now.
If my son wasn't deathly afraid, I'd have a dog or 2 already.
Well, help
You
him
need
get
my
over it.
dog.
I try. You know, at my mother's house, she has 2 big blue gray pit bulls.
Mm-hmm.
And she's had them since they were this big. And even when they were this big, he did not want to go near them.
And that's
What?
okay.
Oh, this is like 5 years now.
He'll get over it eventually.
I hope so. I want a dog.
See, what you gotta do is just get a dog and be like, hey, you're gonna get over it, right?
He'll leave.
Start off with an older dog, like not super old like Ben was, because you can't break that. But start with like a 5-year-old dog that's like already got all the play out of its system, but still young enough to play.
Uh-huh.
You know, that way they're not like jumping on your kid and all that stuff, but like they're chill enough to not have to be like, don't leave the kid alone with the dog. The dog might bite the kid, you know. And a lot of people don't realize 90% of the time your dog bites your kid, it's because your kid's being a dick. Like,
Oh yeah.
True story.
Yeah.
you know, I've had so many people like, oh, my dog's aggressive to kids. No, kids are aggressive to your dog, and your dog doesn't have the ability to say, hey, please stop that. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying dogs don't like it when kids sit on them and just tug at them?
No, they really don't. They don't like their ears being pulled or their
What is
mouth
the
being
shocking
messed with. Like, it's weird, I know.
I-
I thought everyone enjoyed that.
I love it.
Mind blown.
No, that's just Nick, honey. That's just Nick who likes that.
But yeah, like it's yeah. So go adopt a cat if you need something to keep you company.
Oh, hush. This is our pig.
Oh.
That is a fat cat.
His name is Zoom. And-
I don't think he zooms very much.
Oh, he
Oh, he
does.
does.
Oh, he does. He does.
Have you given him a cucumber?
No, I don't want to do that because my kids will torture him with that.
Have you put a tape square on the floor?
Oh, he sits there and plays with the fidget spinner.
No, you got to tape a square, like just a regular square with like painter's tape on the floor. The cat will sit in it.
He probably wouldn't because our whole floor is just giant tiles.
Oh, he would. I promise. Give it
So-
a shot. Try it. It's great.
I'll
I
try.
don't know why.
It's like our floor is literally
Like big tile,
You know,
like big
square foot ceramic tiles
Yeah,
with the ground. So I mean,
I'm
don't
telling you, do a tape square. He'll sit in it.
I will do this and I will send it to you.
Yes. I hear growling.
That's just Foos.
He's going rabid.
again,
Well, you know. I heard puppy and I got excited. I'm
he's got the
sorry.
rabies, don't you know?
I'm sorry. My ADD kicks in. I see
Foo
puppy.
schooled me. Foo schooled me on the French press today, and now I'm sold.
Oh, dude, French presses are fucking amazing. I got Kelly one.
I love my
I
Presses are
love
great,
French presses.
but they're not convenient. So,
You have
No,
to-
that's what I was saying. They're not.
I mean,
they-
if you're trying to go for like a whole 8 cups, then it's probably not convenient. But like if you just want just 1 cup, it's perfect.
You just got to remember to clean it because if you just let it sit around, it just gets nasty fast.
Oh, yeah. It's in my dishwasher now.
Oh, I don't ever put mine in the dishwasher. I don't even use soap because I only ever use coffee in it. So I just rinse it out real good and wipe it out.
Yeah.
You know.
I rinse it out, put boiling water, or not boiling water, but next to boiling water, plunge the
Yep.
shit out of it,
Yep, that's all I do because
But
it's
French press is seriously the way to go. Like my kid introduced me to French press. I threw all my other coffee shit away. I'm like, fuck you, fuck you, and a fuck you. Turned around, bought 2 French presses. I got a little one for when I just want a cup of coffee, and then I got a bigger one if I have company over, which I normally use that one because my daughter was like, "We're gonna have fresh coffee today, Dad."
Have you seen the coffee? I don't even know what kind of coffee thing it is. If it's a pot, if it's a press. It's not really a press because it's like this bowl.
It's a drip.
Yeah, it's a drip coffee.
Yeah.
It's a drip.
And
Yeah.
you put the filter in. Like
Yeah.
That's
It's a
that's
manual,
for, like
Mr.
cold
Coffee.
brew.
Yeah,
my
it's-
brain hurts with that because that means I have to stand there.
No, because it's a big enough funnel system where you pour all of your water and it's a slow drip down.
Yeah.
It's a slow drip out. Because my 22-year-old that's moving to Oregon, she used to be a barista and like so she has like every different way of making coffee.
Okay, because
She's
like the
it's pretty
ones.
good. She's like it's pretty good, but she's like I don't really care for it. She's like I still prefer a French press because she's like it's like taking a tea bag and squeezing that tea bag. You get all
Yeah.
of the really strong flavors out of it.
yeah.
Say,
Mhm.
say bag again.
So big.
Big.
God damn it, yes, I'm fucking Minnesotan, which means I'm the rejected offspring of a fucking Canadian, don't you know?
Oh.
And I take
So
offense.
sorry about that.
Oh, it's coming out tonight too. It really is.
Well, you came in all fired up. Number 1.
Okay, wait. As the actual Canadian on the screen, fuck you.
I'll say sorry about that. I didn't mean for you to pick up my vernacular there, eh?
Okay, I'm sorry if you're talking like a goddamn dirty newfie, but the rest of Canada does not sound like that.
No, I know, but so upper Minnesota, like the top of Minnesota, that's literally how we sound.
Oh,
Like
I
that
know.
whole-
You sound like a bunch of dirty newfies, and none of the rest of the country sounds like that.
Oh no. Some of those border areas in Minnesota and shit sound like that in Canada.
Well, that's because they're influenced by the dirty Minnesotans.
Oh, you don't blame them.
I just like trolling it, and it's funny because like if you get me and Mason around, or even me and my oldest daughter, if I just start getting, oh, she's there, she's oh gosh, yeah, like we like the full blown like stereotypical Minnesota will really come out, and like we don't even realize we're doing it. Or if I'm like, God, it's a hot one today, you got to do that with the long A's and that, and then my wife will go, oh, oofda.
Oofda. That's a Dutch thing.
I know, but well, that's what Minnesota is. A lot of us, it's Dutch,
Yeah.
Sweden, and German.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Dutch is a.
Sounds like Minnesota's just the reject area.
It really is. But we are the biggest melting pot. So like, where my wife's from, they have the world's biggest lefse that they ever made. Like there's
Minnesota
German.
is the West Virginia of the Great Plains.
Yeah. But we got a shit ton of lakes, so there's really no plains. It's a lot of lakes and a lot of rivers.
Yeah, like
That's why they're so good at hockey. Everything freezes and they have nothing else to do, so they go play on the lake.
That is actually completely true.
I know
Every
it
town in Minnesota has its own personal hockey rink. During the wintertime, they fill it up and they leave it. They don't maintain it. We all go out there and ice skate.
Yeah,
I grew up
but
playing hockey.
does Minnesota have their own mating call?
Oh,
Oofta.
We have one
That's
in
what we
West
say when we're
Virginia.
about to bust. Oofta, that was a good one you did there, honey.
Man,
I heard that West Virginia mating call.
I almost ran out the door.
Why were
I'm
you
so
excited?
Yeah.
You're
That's
like,
all.
yes. No.
Well, you guys did. Oh, sorry, you guys haven't seen the pictures. Harry was there over the weekend in West Virginia, and dude,
It was tingling his loins.
Oh yeah.
Why? Where'd you go?
Richwood.
I don't know where
way
that is.
down,
Okay.
way down.
It's about a half hour roughly outside of Summersville, being one of the more recognizable places, which is about 45 minutes from Beckley.
Okay, I know where that is.
Yeah. Well,
Keep going with me, Harry. Keep going.
I have family from.
It's a
Reed.
good distance north of Huntington.
Okay, I know where Huntington is.
Okay.
I have family from Reedy that's outside of Ravenswood.
Yeah. That's where my father was from. So if you actually go to my YouTube, I have a video of the pictures I took of what's essentially his backyard and stuff like that. So
Well,
Yeah.
Next time you come up here, you're gonna have to let us know. You're only like 3 hours away.
yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah, they're over Weirton Way, bro.
Okay.
We're
We're the weirdos.
up here.
I told Bill anytime he's ready to throw down and one that way, I'll go.
Oh wow, really? That went
yeah.
well this weekend then.
No, I just love it down there. I really, don't get me wrong, I can go to the big city, but I'm over all that. Been there, done that, and I'm tired of it.
Same.
My gypsy soul hates the city.
Every time I get down there, it's just so quiet. Like,
It's always quiet in West Virginia.
and I'm not gonna lie, it sounds weird, but I miss. And when I come back here, I try and do it, but everybody around here, there's no nice way to put it. They're assholes.
Yeah.
Down there, no matter where you go, this. You
See,
will
you need to
pass
come to
another
the-
car and they're waving at you.
Yeah.
They don't know me.
No, you need to come to Minnesota. Everyone's super friendly, but there's no such thing as a short trip because you will hear stories about everyone and everything.
That's why they call it, isn't it a Minnesota goodbye? Where you like.
No, it's Minnesota nice.
Minnesota nice, yeah.
It's Minnesota nice is where it
That's
all
the
stems
goodbye,
from.
where like. Where people say, okay, goodbye, and then like you go stand in the entryway of the house and you talk, and then it's okay, goodbye, and then everyone goes and stands.
I've never heard that put that way, but it's so true. I was at a gas station and I heard this guy's whole life story. Mind you, I just purchased, it was an energy drink and a couple of burgers because my wife was pregnant at the time. I heard all about this guy's D&D days, the fact that he was a complete and total virgin, so he hired a hooker, and that's how he lost his virginity to. And it sucks because he can't find anyone. I'm like, did you ever realize it's probably because of this right here?
This be less this, and you might be lucky.
Be less this, and you might get your wee wee wet.
Yeah. And I was like, bro, like I'm going home to my pregnant wife. So like, you know,
I'm not taking your virginity, man.
Yeah, like I get it, you just lost yours to a girl, but I'm not gonna be your first as a guy. Like I don't know what he was going for. And also I got
$20 is
the text
$20.
message. I think that was Nick. And so this is my answer.
Just saying, $20 is $20. You might even be able to like up it to 40.
I don't know. I have to build my skills, but the way I look at it is my next shirt I'm gonna make is gonna be "It's not gay if you don't get hard."
My son tells me it's not gay if you keep your socks on.
Ooh, see, I don't know. To me, it's all about erection and wetness.
Right. Well, I was always told it's not gay if you don't make eye contact.
That's
No,
right,
it's
yeah.
still super gay.
So what if you do all three?
What if you give one of your really good bros a hug and you just stare fiercely into his eyes?
As you dock?
See, we're all a little gay. I mean, the conversations I've held with Nick and how deeply we're staring into each other's eyes, like I feel a little bit of a bromance.
Listen, the Tiger King would ask people, when you watch porn, do you watch the guy with the big wiener or the little wiener?
I watched the girl.
That's what I'm watching.
I watch both. I mean, I'm a girl. I'm allowed to say that one.
I'm big on the penetration.
But do you want the big one or the little one? Because if you want the big one, then you're a little bit gay.
It's got to have some stroke game. That's just.
Well, I mean,
What if I want the cold one?
What if I mean, where's the line drawn on the type of porn you watch though? I mean,
What if I prefer my porn artists to have a strong hand?
what
I don't know.
what if I actually prefer that the porn artist doesn't have a hand at all, so they can actually use the entirety of the arm?
You are German, aren't you?
Would
Yes.
that be considered?
I'm German as well, so trust me, I have not said shit.
See, he gets it though. He gets it. Yeah, Tiger King ain't got shit on this.
It's all fun and games until a mistress goes elbow deep up that ass.
But here's the thing. Every time you guys did that, I just wanted to scream Excelsior for some reason, and I don't know why.
Oh my god. You should.
Excelsior! I mean, it's
Excelsior!
I don't know why. I just like it's what popped in my head.
So we ever
No,
go
I
over
just had
to
to-
John and Kelly's house, babe, and you hear Excelsior being screamed, just turn around.
Leave.
We should leave.
Run.
No, better grab a camera and get ready to make some money.
if you're hearing Excelsior, I'm leaving with you.
It's weird because every time you say it though, all I hear is Excelsior.
Someone on an OnlyFans page.
Call for the horse.
What about a salsa whore?
See? Now I kind of want salsa though.
I no.
Oh, that sounds
Mike?
good.
Mike, if you're still in the chat, tell Mary I want salsa.
Yes.
But what if we have salsa bukkake to bring it back around to earlier?
No,
That's spicy.
No, that'd be bad.
not that.
Mike's fiance makes some of the best fucking salsa I have ever had.
It's real good. Real good.
Okay, I don't know why Vape Newsnet had to bring in midgets into this, but now we're
It's just
I,
so
I, don't know,
that-
I saw it and I was like, I don't know what's happening, so I'm gonna pretend like I didn't see it.
Listen, I'm all in with the midgets. That's a fetish that I've even told my wife about.
Midget fantasy a minute, okay?
Oh God, not the Asian midget fantasy. This
Yes,
plagued
tell me
us
more.
our- This has plagued us
Tell me
our
more.
entire.
Okay,
A transgender midget Asian.
No, that's not the.
oh,
Game
okay.
on.
You lost me at the penis.
No, he didn't specify which gender was trans.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna assume there's a penis. I'm done.
Because number
Either
one,
way, it wants one or it had one. So,
So-
I don't know.
Every time he says penis, do you remember the America's Got Talent when the guy came on? Old man came on. He was singing about a girl he fell in love with, but she had a penis.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
No, I have to look. that up.
Yes. I love that old man.
Every time he says
Hero.
she had a penis, that's all I'm going to in my head is that song.
He had a penis.
I don't watch network TV.
No.
I don't have cable. Haven't had it in years, so I don't know what's up with that. But
You can find it on YouTube, and you should.
I'll send you a link.
I'm going to.
Perry,
Yes.
find the link.
Please send that to me as well.
Oh yes.
Find us a link, Carrie. That's your job for the night.
Oh my god.
On it.
If you have a weird porn request, ask Harry, motherfucker will find it for you right quick.
In about 30 seconds, he's got you.
Right quick.
Yeah, because unfortunately, especially with that month off, Pornhub had to send me an email and tell me, dude, you've seen it all. Move on.
Wow.
There's
Yeah.
nothing new today.
Nothing new,
Yeah.
man. Check back in a
There's,
week.
yeah. When they said there's nothing new under the sun, they were talking about Harry and porn. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Wow, that just went.
I'm just waiting to get a phone call from my doctor saying that they got a note from a website that I might be in danger of getting carpal tunnel.
Oh, Lord.
Now, can we talk about sandpaper as lube?
You know, I do want to talk about lube. Muscle rub is not lube.
No.
Because that's not a muscle, that's a gland. It fills
Yeah.
with fluid. It is not a muscle going, "Hee-yaw!"
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
Alice
it
Cooper
has-
called the song what it was.
It has peppermint and capsaicin and witch hazel, all of which are not things that you want in or near a pee hole.
But can we also say we don't kink shame? So if you're into that, feel free, but we don't suggest it.
Don't tell me about it if you do it.
So
Yeah.
it's a fair forewarning to all German people. Just
Don't
Try
tell me
not
to
to
be
German
about it
people.
in the end.
It will burn.
That's
Real
good,
bad.
Harry.
He's talking about German stuff like that, like he hasn't seen the shit that Japanese people do.
well, that didn't involve a tentacle.
Oh, bro, you think it stops at a tentacle? You ain't seen shit.
No, I know. That's one rabbit hole I don't want to ever go down because I don't want to know if I'm gonna like it or not.
All I'll have to say is anal and omelets go together sometimes in Japanese porn, and that's all I'm saying.
That's fine.
I've went all the way down that rabbit hole. There's no turning back, and you will not unsee what you have seen.
It's true.
That's the thing. Like, I might find something that's just like, oh goddamn, and that just becomes like the sexual like thing that like I need to do, and nothing else will cut it until I get to shove eggs up her ass and then have her shit them out onto a hot plate and make eggs.
I think we've officially gone too far.
No,
I agree.
No, we've gone too far.
I think
I'm
we're
gonna
going
find
to show.
something that is going to be impossible to happen.
Wait, are you
And
saying
I'm going to
shove
want to do it, and then
shove
nothing
on a
else.
computer?
Nothing else will do it for me. Be like, I need a carton of eggs,
Butt
and
eggs.
an omelet after this
That's what
now.
he's saying.
So, we do have a question that we ask everyone who comes on our show.
Wow.
How far could you kick a wombat?
As far as a wombat flies?
Do you know what a wombat is?
It's a rodent.
I think I know what a wombat
Yes.
is.
They're,
Or
they're,
cereal.
Similar to a groundhog.
they can get to about 75 pounds, 75, 80 pounds,
I probably couldn't kick an 80-pound one very far.
How far
No.
can I kick it?
but they're like souped up guinea pigs.
I ain't kicking no wombat.
I don't really want to kick a wombat.
I can tell you right now,
Like-
I can probably kick it with a wombat, put homie in the passenger seat, crack some 40s and ride, but that's about all I can tell you. So basically, till the gas runs out, is how far I can kick it with a wombat.
Okay, well there you go. That we asked that thanks to Mr. British Eyes Only. He got us all started. Now we have to ask everyone, how far can you kick a wombat?
I can't believe I'm saying this considering what we've been talking about here, but where was his mind when he came up with that?
Okay, so one of his beers that he likes to drink is called Trial by Wombat, and it's like the coolest can.
Oh, okay.
It has a
First of all,
wombat
I need
face,
to try
like,
this.
You do know Charlotte.
yeah, up close and personal wombat face on this can, and yeah,
You can't see him, but that guy looks like Joe, or not Joe Dirt, but that guy looks like Joe Exotic.
You should yell that at him as loud as you can. Be like, "Hey, Joe Exotic!"
No, I don't dare, because he might be a gun-toting gay redneck.
How loud's your speaker go?
No, not loud enough. Thank
Son
God.
of a bitch.
that's when you do it from a window.
I'm outside, regrettably, and like again, I mean, there's not many people you could blame it on.
Hide in the kid's house.
Yeah, when
Okay,
you're
so
supposed to do it,
We gotta get Foos some ventriloquist lessons.
right?
No, I could hide a Bluetooth speaker because where I am, I could put a Bluetooth speaker on the other side.
That's
Then
what
it
you
would
need
still
to do.
connect. I've done it before.
That way, next time he walks by,
Yeah, next time you see Joe Exotic,
Oh my God. I could run in the house because I have 2 walkie-talkies that like literally go 8 miles apart.
You yell, "Fuck Carol Baskin."
Fuck Carol. Oh, that I could do.
That bitch, Carol Baskin.
That bitch, Carol Baskin.
Killed her husband, whacked him.
So we
That
do
I
have.
think I might be able to get away with. I just got to make sure that I'm not looking at him. I use this in order to. That you guys will be my rearview mirror.
There's nobody coming.
There's like nobody there.
It makes me sad.
I know, but well, he's gonna come from over here.
Here, okay.
He'll go doot 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 doot, and right about here is when I'm like, "Fucking Carol Baskin killed her husband."
No. That's when you yell, "You look like Joe."
Oh hell no! That might be fighting words. I live in a podunky ass town.
Yeah, but see the way you're sitting with your back to him and the fact you have your phone up, you could just yell out, "Yo, Joe Exotic," and he just gonna think you're talking to all of us. He ain't gonna know no
But I
better.
could yell Joe Exotic in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
see?
you gotta be,
There you go.
you look like Joe Exotic.
If he takes it personal, then he knows that he looks like Joe Exotic. And if he-
Motherfucker.
there, I got it planned out now. Because I've got to have an escape route. If he's like, "What the fuck, bro?" I've been like, "Well, if you're taking it personal, you must know you look like fucking Joe Exotic."
Mary Salsa rules.
Mary Salsa's the best. I need more Mary Salsa in my life.
Who's Mary?
Mary is our friend's fiance, and she's like one of my friends, and she's like the sweetest lady ever. And we need salsa.
And you hope she never sees this episode.
She probably will, and I'm okay with it because we love her salsa.
Hell, I hope I never see this episode.
That's why I'm happy I'm a part of it. Is so now that I don't have to watch it, I already know what is involved.
You already know about the
No
non-
spoilers.
I watched this live. I don't need to watch the recap. Sum up in a nutshell. Foos called out a company. We talked about fetishes. Oh, and a box was going to be made.
Yeah,
We're
we're
so
talking,
happy.
we're talking about dog boxes and liquid and floppy dick and
Yeah.
West Virginia and accents,
Mating
And
calls.
another thing.
dating calls.
Most
Asian
productive
trans fight.
YouTube live ever.
Only thing missing is like, what's your favorite candy, guys?
Fucker, can you just stop? God
Nope.
damn it, dog.
I got some candy over here in my pocket.
Hey,
Did you say
boy.
Doug?
Is he there yet? No, he's not.
Did you just say Doug?
He said dog.
Oh, I thought someone said Doug because
No, my neighbor's dog's running around, so then my dog gets all fucking hyper in his pants. He's like, "I'm gonna bark at nothing because there's a fence and I can't see shit. I just heard a jingle jangle of a dog collar."
well, there's a dog that I'm really hoping that we can find some help for soon. His name is Doug, and that's why I got excited. He's a 2-year-old boxer, and his family's decided that they just don't have the time for him anymore. So if anyone is interested in a 2-year-old boxer who's a good boy, his
If I
name
had
is
the
Doug.
room in a heartbeat.
Wasn't that the name of the dog from the movie with the balloons, where the old man?
Up?
Yeah, Doug.
Yeah, Up.
Yeah, Doug from Up. That's the dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
Squirrel.
That's me.
No, still no Joe Exotic. God damn it.
I would bring him here in a heartbeat, but
Joe,
I'm
ask him
not
for an
allowed
autograph.
dogs.
I dare you, Foos. We're gonna be like high school. I double dog dare you, man.
I triple dog dare you.
Ask Joe Exotic for an autograph, man.
Better yet, go ask Joe Exotic for an interview for this really important YouTube channel.
Yes.
I'll lose my Wi-Fi if I go out there.
Just tell him to come close, and you
Fuck
can.
no, I ain't let him on my property.
No. Just ask him questions, like yell it and then repeat it.
For all you know, is a walking pile of chlamydia.
Possibly.
So did that bitch Carol Baskin kill her husband?
Or what?
I think so. I mean, honestly, if I had that many tigers,
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, she would have fed me a long time ago.
Yeah.
My wife and I, like, we watch a whole bunch of, like, crime shows. She's like, you know, if I was ever going to kill you, she's like, I would give you antifreeze or rat poisoning in your cupcakes. I'm like, I'll throw your ass in a wood chipper. Fuck you.
Well, that's because you're a true Minnesotan, and you know that's how they do it up there.
Dude,
Well, no, because the thing is logically speaking,
Bye, Hope. We love you.
is throw one in there and then push her in there, so that way it looked like she threw herself into the wood chipper. I could call the police and say it was an accident and she hooked herself into it because she's stupid.
Wow.
See, I'll just feed Nick some apple seed.
Ever.
I'll just put Carrie in a foundation I'm pouring.
Who's Carrie?
I meant Kelly.
I was about to say, who is this bitch you cheated on your amazing wife with that we're putting in foundation?
Joe Exotic!
Well, you see, originally he was Gary.
Nothing.
Yell it again.
Carol Baskin killed her husband.
Yeah, yell. He looks like Joe Baskin. Or
No basket. What the fuck?
Apparently, Nick just needs to go 99.99.
Nick
Oh
Sorry.
my god, it took on Carol Baskin's last name.
Asking for a baskin.
He got married to her while he was in the pen. He went straight.
I don't think that would ever happen with that fool.
Right?
No.
Jimmy, no.
I'm so happy he didn't acknowledge me.
So, Kelly, you want to make the announcement?
No, you can.
No, you.
I don't want to.
I can't. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
I think we're going to have Foos make the announcement then.
Okay.
That motherfucker looked like Joe Exotic, everyone. There's the fucking announcement.
There's your announcement.
A little less flamboyant and a little bit fatter.
Joe Baskin undercut.
On the run.
Joe Baskin. That's the new version. It's because of Carol Baskin and Joe Exotic had a baby, and it's Joe Baskin. Because Carol Baskin, she on the bigger side.
Well, what do you do when you're out in the sun? Joe Baskin.
Oh.
Thanks.
Such an epic dad
I'll be
joke.
here all night.
That was such a dad
That
joke.
was such an epic
It
dad joke.
was.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Dad's
The dad
everywhere.
joke
Proud.
appreciated it.
All the dads are very proud of that one.
You're,
We
you're
are.
welcome. I got more. Let me know if you need them.
I'll
We're
take
good.
them all. Let's go.
Okay,
Okay.
so I'm gonna spoil it. I think the announcement is that. Wait, never mind. I can't say that on your show. I have more respect for you than that.
What the fuck?
The other
Did he
announcement.
get now?
Oh, dude, this is gonna make the shit we're talking about game.
So, the announcement is...
Rescue enemas.
No.
Benthal enema.
I'll shut him up. Go ahead.
Rescued is closing. No, I'm joking.
No, we already pulled that one on people.
Yeah, no one
You
ever.
gotta wait a little bit. Hey everyone, we're making rescue boxes, but we're closing our doors. Fuck you.
That's how they're gonna be one of a kind.
Exactly. We got to keep them all.
Yeah, we got 0 of 0. Like, you guys ain't even getting serial numbers because the shit ain't gonna happen.
So, Rescued is... I really can't speak tonight.
I think we
English is no good for you.
I can't vape. I just bit my mod.
What is going on over there?
like, where is this going?
My excuse...
Did
I
that
fired
bottle?
it, and then I
Did that
realized
bottle?
my teeth were on it.
Did that
Wow.
bottle get a little light?
No, my excuse is that I'm still in pain from my surgery.
Right?
Oh, suck it up, Sally.
Suck it up, Sally.
I will come over there and play with your holes.
Ooh.
I know. I like to talk dirty to you.
But
You can
one
pretend
time-
I'm Jesus and stick your finger in my side hole.
Can you
One
put that
time-
on Pornhub? I
That would
need
be
something
awesome.
new.
Put it on Pornhub, people. Harry needs some new ejaculation.
Oh.
About 4 years ago, Nick was building a deck for his sister, and he stepped on this really big nail and went through his work boot and through his foot.
And through the top of the shoe.
Yeah, through the shoe. My response is, the loving wife that I am, I said, pull up your big girl panties and get back to work.
I thought you were going to say, and now you have the stigmata, and Jesus is always with you.
Yeah,
No,
I think I was going the
so-
Jesus route too.
I have a hole in my foot,
The Jesus route.
like right in the center of my foot, I have a hole. On my ribs, I have a hole from where the tube was.
Hey, you got
Oh, you
two.
got left now.
Keep going, man.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, give me time. I got nail guns.
Four more. Four more.
Get
We'll
that
put
out.
on, folks.
As Lords of Acid said, every hole is a goal.
Okay.
All right, so the actual news is rescued. I'm going to say this slowly so that way I can actually make sure I get the words correct this time.
You're gonna murder it even worse now.
Rescued
No pressure.
is proud to announce that we are Foos's new sponsor.
Yay!
Greatest and dumbest decision of your life, and I thank you for that.
Yeah, I'm already kind of regretting it, but
I think it's a smart call. Just saying.
Congratulations, guys.
I think it's a great call.
Thank you so
When
fucking much.
I started my channel and my Instagram and everything, Foos was like one of the first people I started following, and I kind of like based a lot of my stuff around him. I regret it, but I did.
Don't do that.
I
Okay.
regret it.
First of
The
all,
greatest thing is I opened up such a huge doorway to guys openly being comfortable with being straight, and we just talk gay as fuck to each other.
oh, I've always done that all my life. I run around Walmart in granny panties with my buddy while he's dressed up in a bra, and we chase each other around until we get kicked out.
I know, but now we got to publicize it. Like so many people, like we would do it behind closed doors, but never in my life did I think a whole bunch of guys would go around for the longest time calling each other baby cakes and commenting on my model shots, saying, "Oh my God, I'm so hard right now."
Dude, we can have
why you gotta
customers
call me out
walking.
like that?
We have customers that walk in the shop, and I'll be like, "Sup, sexy?" And the girls are like looking at me, and I was like, "I'm talking to him."
Yeah. I'm talking to the man with all the money. Money's sexy, girl. You broke as fuck. Get out.
Your tits, ladies.
No, like, dude, like for like what? I think a month straight. Every time Foos put up one of those pictures and put hashtag vape model, I'd go comment on it. Every time it was correction,
No, wait.
hashtag role model.
Can we all just acknowledge the stutter mouth that he tried to cover up where he comes on it?
The what one?
Oh yeah, he just said he comes on your pictures.
Yeah, he
Yes.
tried
Foos
to
knows. He watched me do it one night.
Yeah, I did. It was honestly, it was
Got
very
Joey.
heartwarming. I was honored as fuck to watch a man just shoot it all over his phone to me.
And that was full of so much fucking data.
Yeah, there was.
I
Full
gave my
circle.
phone 5G before 5G was a thing.
Yeah, it was literally about 5 gigs of data all over my photo. It was beautiful. It was.
and you complain about me
You
upstairs.
could put a little piece of parsley on top of that, call it a dish. It would have been great.
Oh, Foos will lick it up.
Oh,
Just give it that ookie cookie treatment.
cookie. Oh, Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
It's a bit salty.
Hey, no one said I was on a low salt diet.
Call that barbecue, bro.
See? What do you think? My special sauce. Y'all are like, man, that looks real good. Little do you know, I actually brought porn to the food porn.
Well, it is almost 10 o'clock, and I'm fat, and I'm hungry,
And you're hurting.
and I'm what?
Hurting.
Hurt? Yeah, I am hurting. I can't speak correctly.
Yeah.
So with that, I think we will end our show. Now, almost all of y'all have been on here with us before or watched it, so do y'all remember how we end it? What our slogan is? Food, you better get this fucking correct.
Oh, do you think I watched the end of shit? My attention span trails off about halfway through shit.
Something about
Guys.
be good to each other.
Nope.
And
Is it, is it the we love you, we like you?
Yes! Good job, Harry.
That's what it was. Guys, but there was a time when, like, you know, like 10 minutes before you guys would even try to end it, we were doing
yeah,
other things.
I
So that's
mean,
it.
yeah.
You know what's up, so.
Wait, what? That never happened. What are you talking about?
I don't know what you're
I
talking
have
about.
no fucking idea.
I do not
Even the
recall.
show has Minnesota goodbyes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like right now we're at the doorway and we're gonna hold another 10-minute conversation.
Yeah, and then we'll be on the porch for a few minutes.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
What the
Until
hell are you
Nick just-
doing?
Secretly hits the button and is like, done. No.
Should we do the
You're just
skin
like me during one of my lives. You're just like rage quit.
So, wait, since Foos is from Minnesota, should we do the Skinnamarink Dinky Dink song for him?
Oh, what?
Wait, Nick, did you just
Wait.
say what?
Do you not know what that is?
What?
Get him a rinky dinky dinks, get him a rinky doo.
I love you.
Oh,
The fuck just happened?
I haven't done that in like 30 years.
I was just singing it to my kids yesterday.
Oh,
I feel very traumatized right now.
It was from the Sherry, Lois, and Graham show.
Yeah, you gotta go. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. No. And then the evening, and then underneath the moon.
They had a giant gray elephant.
Help me, Foos.
I don't know what to say. I feel like I'm gonna use this moment to troll my kids now. Whenever they're acting up or they're on the phone, and then when they're older, I'm also gonna do this again when they have company around.
Absolutely, Skidamarinky Dinky Dink dance is the best thing in the world.
Oh.
They look at you and go, "What the fuck are you doing?" You're like, "I got you." Or the song that never ends is another one of my favorites.
Okay, I know that song.
No.
This is the song that never
Ah,
ends.
you prick.
Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. Then people started singing it, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever, just because this is the song that never ends.
And now that we've fucked up your night, because that's going to be in your head all night long. You're going to be trying to go to sleep, and that's going to pop in, and you're going to be like, fuck!
We could always end it with the Barney song.
No. No, and it was I Dream of Jeannie. Only
if we can get Foos to dress up as Genie.
You gotta go.
Yes.
No, you gotta do the
I have to lose some weight. But my wife does have a belly dancer outfit.
What's the
if you lose the weight, then what belly is gonna be jiggling?
I know, that's the thing. It's a catch-22. Like, people are like, you should lose weight. And I'm like, yeah, but then I lose my man sexiness. Like, this body has gotten me so much shit because now I look like a woman that is slightly overweight with small boobs. This is my moneymaker. I cannot lose this physique or I lose it all.
No, because you have to shake that moneymaker.
Yeah.
Well, we're asking.
I got a couple dollars when I was in Georgia at the expo by walking around wearing a bra.
I mean, if that works.
Oh, it did. I felt like a god. I was like, I got money now. Like, my titties are held in place like
mint. All right. Okay. Well, anyway, let's let Nick and Kelly do what they do.
Nick wants to go eat some chicken and dumplings.
Ooh, chicken and dumplings.
God, road trip. Let's go.
Come on.
New York's only 6 hours away.
I always make extra.
Harry's by me, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm in New York.
Cass is in New York.
Okay, well, you guys are only an hour and a half. So.
Yeah, we can get there.
I mean, let's see. Yeah, midnight. Get to walking or driving probably would be better.
Yeah,
I think I prefer to drive personally.
Foos, it's gonna take you a lot fucking longer.
I got my
enough
own
bets
food.
for everyone, so.
You can have your chicken and dumplings. I got my butt roast and I got my brisket I'm gonna be making. So
I think I'm gonna do a brisket this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm doing mine on Sunday.
I'm gonna slow cook mine again.
Well, it's
Same.
Memorial Day weekend, so Foos is going all out.
Yeah, and I don't know what I'm doing. What else am I making this week? I gotta make some hash.
Ooh, hash sounds really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We just got. Okay. Let's all just get. I think we should get off the air now because I think we may have entered food porn stage. And
Yeah.
So like her hash is fucking amazing. It's potatoes diced up with kielbasa sausage and sauerkraut.
that must be really
Oh.
brutal smoke.
Keep talking
Hey,
about
what do you call an angry German?
Hitler.
A
Okay. Well,
sauerkraut.
a sauerkraut.
Fucking Hitler.
yes. Oh,
Yeah.
You could use it as a Hitler joke too. Be like, what do you call, or what's another name for Hitler? A sauerkraut.
Yeah, there you go.
mango.
Either way, it all falls into the same category.
Yeah. All right, Nick.
All right, guys. Well, from all of us here at the show, from all the guests, we love you guys. We like you, and we hope everybody has a phenomenal and safe and loving weekend. And be safe this weekend. Don't do anything stupid. Foos.
Absolutely.
I'm coming for you.
Is that a promise or a threat?
Both.
Or you end up looking like this.
And make sure you guys tune in next week so you can see the puppy that Cloud 509 and Moses Lake is sponsoring.
You struggled there for a minute, babe.
I did.
Hey,
I
puppy.
all the words were coming so fast and I couldn't stop it. Too much data.
You reminded me of Doc from Boondock Saints. Shit, fuck.
That was me the other day as we were driving back from Marysville. We stopped at McDonald's and Kelly asked, she's like, "What do you want?" I was like, "Oh, hand me the fries."
We're officially on the porch now, guys.
Yeah, exactly. So she went to hand me the fries, and as she's pulling them out, all of them start falling out the bag, and I'm trying to grab them while driving. I was like, shit, fuck!
We never got to tell them how you scared Velez.
Oh, yeah, okay, so we're still here, guys, so we'll talk about this real fast.
Oh,
So-
shit.
We got 10 minutes on the porch. We're good.
Okay, Minnesota goodbye, stage 2.
Right?
Yep, so now we're on the second step of the porch.
Yeah. So, you know how the joke was, you scared the shit out of me? Well, Velez was like standing next to his food bowl, and I went up to him and I just like went to go and like screw with him and like tap his sides real fast. I did that and he let out the loudest, most audible fart ever. Like I was like, I died. I was like, I'm bent over, so it's hurting bending over. I'm laughing and bent over. It's like fucking hell. And Kelly's like, what? I was like, I scared the fart out of Velez.
Poor baby.
Oh, poor thing.
All right, so now
Now,
I'm gonna go eat, so everybody go away. Bye, guys. We love y'all.
Like you, get the hell out.
Have a good one, don't you know?
Be safe, everybody.
You guys have a good day there.